to the Rock Mountain Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Today on Good Morning Maine, a man is facing deportation following sex trafficking charges on the Mid-Coast. Plus, student protesters at UMaine continue to speak out despite the president taking to social media, calling for schools to squash protests or lose funding. And rallies were held across the state and nation on Saturday in honor of International Women's Day. We'll hear what they had to say. And also breaking news this morning, there is a large structure fire on 4th Street on the west side of Bangor. It does appear that mutual aid, I believe, is as far as Glenburn, has been called. We did have reports this morning. It appeared, based off of what people said on the police scanner, that there could be people trapped inside. We have a crew there on the way this morning, and we will have the latest as we get the information. All right, let's get a first look at that forecast with meteorologist Devin Biggs.
All righty, Emma, thank you very much. Happy Monday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by SR1 Companies. Visit SR1 in Herman, Turner, Manchester, and at our newest location, 485 Main Street in Orono. We have the best prices on trailers, campers, tractors, heavy equipment, and more. SR1 Companies, where New England's largest selection meets unbeatable prices. Here we go this morning. Temperatures colder in other spots compared to others. We've been in the 20s overall this morning. Meanwhile, a little bit colder this morning to the north in the single digits. But otherwise, moving forward, there's one small area under a small cloud advisory until noon today. And as for the southwestern corner of the state, no one else under a small cloud advisory at this time. But meanwhile, we do have some snow showers that are passing through in the western parts of the state this morning. We'll see a little bit of that moving into our backyard as well, but it will be out of here later on today. But the clouds, for the most part, will be lingering with peaks of sunshine. Really, this is the only game in town right now. The rest of the Northeast looking rather quiet at this time. So futurecast moving forward, we're pushing the snow shower action out of here later on this morning. For the afternoon, we will calm down. Some sunshine and clouds mixed. We'll clear out for a little while later on tonight. Some more clouds moving in by Tuesday morning. Hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period showing the snow ending with clouds lingering for the afternoon. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Emma?
Thank you, Devin. We'll have a look at that full 5-day forecast a little later on. First thing this morning, a Hancock County teen is in custody and facing multiple charges following a head-on crash on Route 9 in Clifton on Saturday night that sent multiple people to the hospital. According to the Penobscot County Sheriff's Office, the crash happened at around 8 p.m. on the Airline Road near Chick Hill Road. Authorities say 19-year-old Kyle Gray of Harborside crossed the center line with his Ford pickup truck, collided head-on with a female driving an SUV. The female driver sustained serious injuries and was flown by life flight to Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center. A 17-year-old passenger in the truck with Gray sustained serious but non-life-threatening injuries. The sheriff's office says 2 other passengers received minor injuries. All were transported to EMMC. Gray has been arrested and charged with operating under the influence resulting in serious bodily injury, aggravated driving to endanger, and operating without a license beyond restrictions. The crash remains under investigation. A man arrested for sex trafficking in connection with activities at a now closed massage parlor in Rockland is facing deportation following a U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement investigation. 54-year-old Tian Tao entered ICE custody on February 20th after being arrested by Rockland police and ICE for sex trafficking violations. The Rockland Police Department first received information in July of 2024 from Lincoln County law enforcement that a local massage parlor was being investigated for its staff performing sexual acts in exchange for money. As a result of their investigation, 11 individuals were arrested for prostitution. ICE officials say Tao is a citizen of China who entered the United States lawfully in 2016, but violated the terms of his admission. ICE and Homeland Security investigations, as well as New England special agents in charge, Michael J. Kroll, said in part of a statement There's no place in New England for people who exploit and traffic vulnerable people. Tao remains in iced custody following pending removal. I cannot speak this morning. Moving on now, an investigation is underway in Poland for a fire on the campus of a controversial and now closed private school for troubled youth. A fire at the former Elon school Friday morning leveled one of the buildings there. The call came in at around 11 a.m. on Friday, with multiple crews rushing to the scene to stop it from spreading in the high winds. At this time, investigators aren't specifically calling the fire suspicious, but they say this is now the third fire to destroy a building on that campus in just the past few months, adding that the property is largely abandoned and has no power.
This property has multiple buildings in and around the area. It's been vacant for some time. Over the last few months, we have seen this is our third fire in the last few months here on this vacant property. So any cause and investigation has been deferred to the State Fire Marshal's office.
The State Fire Marshal's office so far is not commenting. Elon was a private school for troubled youth where some of the students accused staff of physical and emotional abuse. It was closed in 2011 due to a lack of enrollment and financial problems. The acting head of the Social Security Administration says he rescinded and apologized for an order that would have required Maine parents to register their newborns for Social Security numbers at a federal office rather than the hospital. That order drew widespread disapproval from medical organizations and public officials who described it as unnecessary and punitive. The practice of allowing parents to register a newborn for a Social Security number at a hospital or other birthing site, called the Enumeration at Birth program, has been common for decades. On Friday, Acting Commissioner Leland Dudick said that he admits his mistake and has rescinded the order. With growing concern over the potential dismantling of the Department of Education, UMaine expert Ezekiel Kimball says there's a lot of uncertainty for Maine's schools. Kimball believes schools would handle potential staff or programming cuts on a case-by-case basis if funding is lost. But he does remain optimistic that an education department that if it were to be dismantled, could mean that other forms of funding coming to schools across the state.
So at the moment, about 10% of the state's funding for education comes from federal dollars. I think it's probably a bit more than 10%. Every school district in Maine runs with a very, very tight budget, and those budgets are designed to maximize the services that they provide to their students.
President Donald Trump took to social media last week to discuss potential funding cuts for college campuses, allowing what he calls illegal protests. Meanwhile, activists at the University of Maine are continuing to organize. Our Kelly Warren has more.
The people united will never be defeated.
UMaine students say they're continuing to exercise their First Amendment rights.
It's been incredibly empowering for me to see so many students get involved in these past weeks, and I'm filled with a lot of hope about that.
After President Trump took to Truth Social to state that, quote, all federal funding will stop for any college, school, or university that allows illegal protests.
There's been a lot of talk recently with executive orders being against protesting and activism on campus, but in the conversations I've had with university administration, as long as we are peaceful and we aren't disturbing any of the classroom settings, we should be totally fine.
On Friday, dozens of students rallied to ask the University of Maine system to divest from Israel. A protest organized by the Jewish Voice for Peace chapter at the University of Maine.
You know, we've seen these changes being announced at the White House, but so far they're still just tweets. And if you give in to fear before there's an actual true reason to be afraid, then you've already lost.
Free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine!
UMaine's Graduate Workers Union has been hard at work negotiating contracts for graduate student employees. On Thursday, they rallied for protections for international graduate student workers.
We need the guarantee that the services and programs that international workers rely on are going to be there for the duration of our stay here.
And they plan to keep making their voices heard.
I think it's so important right now for regular people to be speaking up, and I think we need to have a clear vision of, what we want America to represent.
In Orono, Callie Warren, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
All right, the time now is 6:10. We do have a crew at the scene on the 4th Street fire in Bangor. It appears to be a persistent fire. The word from the fire department, at least now, is that they have taken a fully defensive position. So it is quite a large fire. We'll have more on that as soon as possible. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine. In the meantime, hundreds marched in Augusta on Saturday in honor of International Women's Day. We'll hear from attendees on what the effort means to them. And in the meantime, let's get another look at that forecast. Mostly cloudy today. We are likely to see some snow showers, depending on where you are as well. Highs of around 40 degrees, so not too chilly. Dropping down to a low of 25 degrees overnight. Clouds are staying put. Mostly cloudy for your Tuesday and windy. High of 51 degrees. We'll be right back.
Always dry scoop before you run. Listen to me. A hot dog diet got me shredded.
It's time we listen to science. One A Day is formulated with key nutrients to support whole body health. One A Day, science that matters.
Brandywine Graphics makes it easy. We are the top source for screen printing, embroidery, branded merchandise, and direct-to-garment printing. With 25 years experience, state-of-the-art equipment, and a commitment to excellence, why trust your apparel products with anyone else? And now, Brandywine Graphics can easily launch online stores for your school or organization. Simply design your products from brands like Eddie Bauer, Carhartt, and more. Share the link and we'll do the rest. Like we said, Brandywine Graphics makes it easy. Find out more at brandywinegraphics.com or at our Hamden location.
You'll be back! Emus can't help people customize and save with Liberty Mutual!
And Doug.
Well, I'll be. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
What would you do if you found out your partner secretly went through your phone?
I'm gonna deny everything.
Family Feud.
Weekdays at 9 on ABC 7.
In this courtroom,
I see somebody who's lying to me.
if you lied,
You have zero evidence!
you will be
I'm screwed.
denied.
Is he lying?
He was intoxicated.
What? Real cases.
What about that?
Real litigants.
You got denied.
The People's Court.
All this week at 4 on ABC 7.
Hundreds rallied in Augusta on Saturday for International Women's Day. Our Callie Warren talked with attendees who say they're fighting for women's rights.
Women are the reason we're here. They're behind every great man, and they rule the world.
Hundreds gathered in Augusta on Saturday for an International Women's Day march.
There's so much movement, so many people. Really great to see everyone congregate around these human rights that kind of affect and apply to everybody.
Attendees say they're fighting for human rights and equality, with many expressing concern about the Trump administration.
Our safety is at risk under this administration.
Our rights are under attack. The rights of women, the rights of immigrants, the rights of people of color, the rights of, the LGBT plus community, just everyone, it feels.
Others say they appreciate the unity that the protest brought to the steps of the State House.
It's time for us to come together, to unite under one common umbrella against what's happening in our great nation. I hope that people are feeling inspired and hopeful and a sense of purpose, a sense of unity.
Organizers say they're marching in support of democracy.
President Trump is going to take us far down a path that we don't want to go. I see it as clearly headed towards fascism. I know there were people in the crowd today who think we're there already. I'm glad people came to stand up for democracy. We will fight. We have to fight for democracy.
And we strictly believe in the rule of law and following our U.S. Constitution. Maine is a citizen politics state, and so you make a difference.
In Augusta, Callie Warren, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Looks kind of cold out. All right, moving on now to Orono. People in Orono also gathered for an International Women's Day march. The march was hosted by the Orono Democrats and drew over 100 participants. Attendees marched over the Brandon Silk Memorial Bridge in downtown Orono, holding signs advocating for women's rights, equality, civil liberties, and more. And in celebration of International Women's Day, we bring you the story of two incredible women who have risen through the ranks to become leaders in a crucial Maine industry. Our Alex Schley has their story.
Sonia Dearborn and Britt Damon run one of Maine's most coveted luxury hotels. The Claremont is nestled along the coast in Acadia National Park. During the summer, the property transforms into an oasis, drawing visitors from across the world. Driving the ship is managing director Sonia Dearborn, who has worked in the hotel industry for nearly 30 years.
I love all aspects of hospitality. I think I've grown to love operations quite a bit, probably stemming from my background in restaurant and owning my own business. There's nothing like seeing the guest face when they light up when they get here.
Dearborn says when she started working in hospitality, she was one of few women.
You earn your stripes as you move up the ladder, so to speak. And yeah, I mean, just being really open-minded and, open to possibilities and working with a variety of people and personalities, I think has served me well.
Dearborn's first mate at the Claremont Hotel is Down East native and general manager Britt Damon.
I've worked in Hancock County most all of my life. I'm from the area, grew up in the area, went to school in the area.
Damon says she's a very hands-on leader, known to help with the less glamorous work to help maintain the hotel's allure.
And you have to be willing to, you might have to go fix a toilet if there isn't somebody available to do it. You might have to jump on the front desk or jump on the line and make a breakfast sandwich or mow the lawn. I've done that too.
In Southwest Harbor, I'm Alex Schley for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Hospitality is kind of like that. I have a friend who runs a hotel in Bar Harbor, and she does the same thing. She's fixed toilets and also done the weed whacking out front, so it's kind of everything. Women are awesome. All right, the time now is 6:17. Right after the break, Sunday marks 2 years since the passing of Holden's beloved police chief, Chris Greeley. We'll hear how the town is continuing his legacy of kindness. Plus, the latest on President Trump's push for tariffs, which could hit as soon as today. The latest on these stories and more coming up on Good Morning Maine.
Paramount Paving, Maine's go-to for all your paving and seal coating. Paramount Paving offers commercial and residential paving and seal coating services throughout eastern and central Maine. Give us a call for a free estimate today. Paramount Paving. When it comes to paving, we are Paramount.
I bought the sales pitch. Take an abortion pill and magically I would be unpregnant. I didn't know I'd have to take 2 different types of pills. That I would abort at any time, in my car, at work. That I would have to dispose of my aborted baby's body on my own. It haunts me. Don't make the same mistake I did.
There are so many fun things to do in Maine. Now you can enjoy more for less. Check out Half Off Fun from foxbangor.com.
Bangor Brewer bowling lanes on Wilson Street in Brewer, featuring 24 lanes of candlepin bowling and a big arcade room where kids can win great prizes. Glow bowling on Saturday nights from 7 until closing. Bring your entire family of fun entertainment for all ages.
There's a limited supply available. It's on sale right now. Save with Half Off Fun from foxbangor.com.
Paramount Paving, Maine's go-to for all your paving and seal coating. Paramount Paving offers commercial and residential paving and seal coating services throughout eastern and central Maine. Give us a call for a free estimate today. Paramount Paving. When it comes to paving, we are Paramount.
Sunday marked 2 years since the passing of beloved Holden Police Chief Chris Greeley. Greeley died in March of 2023 following a brief illness. But as our Grace Blanchard shows, his spirit continues to live on in the community he served.
We still feel his presence at the PD every day.
It's been 2 years since the Holden Police Department lost their mentor, leader, and friend, Chief Chris Greeley.
I can still hear his laughing and his joking around.
When Greeley passed unexpectedly in 2023, Holden Police Chief Eddie Benjamin says it was a massive shock that has left a profound impact on the entire community.
It's definitely a big loss for us, but the best part of this, we kept his legacy alive.
While serving as chief, Greeley spearheaded the 25 Days of Kindness initiative to help give back to the community around the holidays.
That mission was his baby. He cared so much for this community in this Bengal area, and it was very, very important to him.
Since his passing, the department has expanded the program into a year-round nonprofit. Through the help of community partnerships and donations, they have donated thousands to community members in need and local organizations.
The beautiful part about Chief Greeley is it was organic. That was who he was. And you know, kindness is free. All of us can do something kind for somebody and it costs nothing. And that is literally one of the best ways that we can emulate Chief Greeley's memory, is to just carry it on and do good things for other people.
Greeley's legacy has carried far beyond the town lines of Holden. Governor Janet Mills shared this statement with us, saying, quote, Chris Greeley was a dedicated public servant who inspired us all through his kindness, his generosity, and his commitment to his community. His memory and legacy will forever live on through the everyday acts of kindness Maine people show to one another.
His determination to make the world better, this is in us right now. Like, we try to make a community and a world better.
In Holden, Grace Blanchard, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
I say it every time, but what an incredible legacy. All right, the time now is 6:21, and it's time to get a full look at that forecast with meteorologist Devin Biggs.
Alrighty, Emma, thank you very much. Happy Monday. Your full weather forecast brought to you by SR1 Companies. Visit SR1 in Herman, Turner, Manchester, and at our newest location, 485 Main Street in Orono. We have the best prices on trailers, campers, tractors, heavy equipment, and more. SR1 Companies, where New England's largest selection meets unbeatable prices. Here we go. One small spot under a small crowd advisory this morning until noon. And as for the southwestern corner of the state, everyone else not under any advisories at this time. Meanwhile, wave heights not too bad at around 2 feet according to the buoys. Further off to the north and east, not too bad. There's a small spot that's seeing a little bit more wave height action this morning, 7 feet farther out towards sea. Meanwhile, on land, we've had a little bit of snow passing through this morning. Nothing too exciting going on with this as it tracks to the south and east. Really the only game in town. The rest of the northeast looking rather quiet. Meanwhile, in the southern parts of the U.S., a lot of showers and thunderstorms developing this morning. Most of the country looking rather quiet at this moment in time. So we're pushing the snow out of here throughout the daytime period today. We'll have some sun and clouds mixed. We'll clear out for a while later on tonight with more clouds on the way as we head towards Tuesday morning. And then by Tuesday evening, another system passes through, bringing some rain showers. It could mix with a little bit of snow as temperatures begin to cool off. Clouds break up as we head towards early Wednesday morning. Some sunshine on the way for your Wednesday as well. Overall, gusty winds not too bad, roughly at about 15 to 20 miles per hour or so, calming down later on tonight. And then for tomorrow, winds on an increase, getting up to 20, even 30 miles per hour at times. Meanwhile, our average high temperature is 38 degrees, low 40s today, lower 50s for your Tuesday, with middle to upper 30s Wednesday and a Thursday, 40s and 50s Friday and a Saturday, and even middle 50s as we head towards your Sunday. So for today, low 40s, some morning snow showers, then mostly cloudy with peaks of sunshine and that north wind at about 15 miles per hour. By tonight, middle 20s, mostly cloudy with the wind overall looking nice and calm. Tomorrow, lower 50s, mostly cloudy and windy, south wind getting up to about 30 miles per hour. Let's check out your extended forecast brought to you by SR1 Companies. Partly cloudy Wednesday with highs in the mid 30s. Snow showers are back Thursday with highs in the upper 30s. Upper 40s Friday under a partly cloudy sky.
Your favorite restaurants for half off. It's half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7. Go to foxbangor.com, click on half off dining, and start saving now.
The Legacy Sandwich, where you can find quality, homemade sandwiches that are made to order. When it comes to food, we take it seriously. That's why we serve shredded chicken and turkey on our sandwiches. Voted Bangor's best deli sandwich shop. It's not just a sandwich, it's a legacy.
Great restaurants from all over Eastern Maine at half-off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7.
Whether you can pinpoint the problem or can't quite put your finger on it, the friendly professionals from Coastal Auto Parts can help point you in the right direction. With Maine's largest network of parts, you can trust your vehicle will have what it needs to get you to the moments that matter most. Because Napa knows the keys to a winning team. And with 30 locations in Maine, Coastal Auto Parts helps keep our communities running. Team up together with the fuel that keeps us firing on all cylinders. Coastal Auto Parts is owned and operated by a Maine family that cares.
Tanning season is here, and Gold Star Cleaners is the place to tan, with top-of-the-line beds and booths. The best part? No membership is required, and tanning packages don't expire for 2 whole years. Gold Star Cleaners locations with tanning are open from 7:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. every day, so you can tan on your time. Shop our extensive line of lotions and enjoy free Winkies for the best eyewear protection in the industry. March special, buy any bottle of lotion and get 1 tan free, a huge added value to our already low lotion prices.
If you love high-power boating, the V8 you've been waiting for is here. The all-new Honda BF350 V8 outboard from Honda Marine combines premium power with unparalleled performance for one exhilarating boating experience after another. It's Honda's first ever production V8, and it's backed by Honda's True 5-year limited warranty. The all-new BF350 V8, only from Honda Marine.
Save up to $5,000 on a new Honda outboard. Visit Peary Marine today for more details.
There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
This morning, uncertainty surrounds President Trump's new tariffs and the potential impact on Americans' wallets. The president now saying he could impose tariffs on Canadian dairy and lumber as early as today. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio is in Washington with the details.
This morning, President Trump defending his new tariffs on some of America's largest trading partners, and now declining to rule out the possibility that we could see a recession.
There is a period of transition because what we're doing is very big. It takes a little time.
The 25% tariffs first went into effect on all imports from Mexico and Canada last Tuesday, as well as an additional 10% tariffs on imports from China. Then the president announcing a 1-month reprieve for the auto industry the very next day. Just days later, he paused the tariffs until April 2nd. Then 24 hours later, threatening another round of tariffs on Canadian lumber and dairy. The Trump administration concedes that the impacts are being felt around the country, but without evidence says their policy is sound.
Foreign goods may get a little more expensive, but American goods are going to get cheaper, and you're going to be helping Americans by buying American.
On Wall Street, investors and business owners warn all this uncertainty could force the U.S. economy into a recession. Democrats slamming his trade policy, saying it's destroying the economy.
They're destroying the economy, and they're making it harder and harder for Americans to afford things.
Mark Carney, the newly elected leader of Canada's Liberal Party and soon-to-be Prime Minister, didn't mince words about the threat of new tariffs.
He's attacking Canadian families, workers, and businesses, and we cannot let him succeed. And we won't. In trade, as in hockey, Canada will win.
Meanwhile, Beijing is expected to impose tariffs today on U.S. products, including chicken, wheat, soybeans, and beef. Also starting today, the Premier of Ontario plans to implement tariffs on electricity to states including Michigan, New York, and Minnesota. Nicole D'Antonio, ABC News, Washington.
And now let's get to that fiery plane crash in central Pennsylvania. An air traffic controller can be heard urging the pilot to pull up. But it was too late. Here's ABC's Allison Kosick.
This morning, witnesses describing the terrifying moment a small plane came crashing down into the parking lot of this retirement community in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania.
I could see it kind of teetering and kind of making movements like this, and it was headed straight for the assisted living facility that was right across the street from the airport. It lasted about 5 seconds and then it disappeared, and I just saw a black cloud of smoke come up.
5 people were on board the private plane and survived after skidding and crashing into multiple cars.
It was like on top of like 2 or 3 cars, and just a ton of black smoke.
The plane had just departed from the Lancaster airport. The pilot was heard telling air traffic control that his plane door was open.
Lancaster Tower, Bonanza 347 Mike has an open door. We need to return for landing.
But moments after the tower cleared the plane to return to the airport, this ominous order from the tower.
Pull up.
The crash comes just weeks after a medical jet crashed in Philadelphia, bursting into flames, killing 7 people, including 1 person on the ground. Investigators still looking into the cause. In this case, remarkably, no one on the ground was hurt.
I don't know if I consider it a miracle, but the fact that we have a plane crash where everybody survives and nobody on the ground is hurt is a wonderful thing.
Authorities overnight did not reveal the extent of the injuries of those 5 people on the plane, only saying that 2 are being treated for burns. The FAA will investigate what went wrong. Allison Cossack, ABC News, New York.
Federal immigration authorities take a Palestinian activist into custody following his role in pro-Palestine protests on Columbia University's campus. Mahmoud Khalil, a graduate student, was arrested on Saturday by Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents, also known, of course, as ICE. The Department of Homeland Security says Khalil's arrest is directly related to his role in leading protests last spring. The agency alleges his, quote, led activities aligned to Hamas, which is classified as a terrorist organization. Khalil's attorney says ICE agents told them that they were carrying out orders by the State Department to revoke Khalil's green card and student visa. His wife, who is 8 months pregnant, is a U.S. citizen. Khalil's arrest is the first publicly known effort by the Trump administration to deport foreign students involved in pro-Palestine protests across college campuses. Secretary of State Marco Rubio said Sunday the administration will be revoking visas or green cards of any Hamas supporters in the country. All right, now we have another update on that fire on 4th Street in Bangor. We do have a crew on scene right now, and according to neighbors, no one lives in the building, and they often have people who are unhoused who live in the building. The concern this morning is there still appears to be entrapment, and we are worried that since there is a defensive position that the firefighters have taken, that they have not been able to get anyone out. We are going to continue to have details on that fire as the morning progresses, but coming up on the second half of the newscast, we'll have the latest news from showbiz in our Showbiz Report from Hollywood. Coming up on Good Morning Maine.
The Silverado Trail Boss. And a little work. And a little play. And a truck that says no to nothing. And Chevrolet.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Well-qualified buyers get 2.9% APR for 72 months on this Silverado.
Visit your Maine Chevy dealers.
Karen Reed facing a retrial for killing her police officer boyfriend.
So, did you drive your car into John?
The person behind the new documentary speaks out.
Do you think that all of this could have an impact in the future trial?
This morning on Good Morning America.
When I would visit my mother at the nursing home, there were really bad sores on her back, but nobody would tell me what was going on. Why not?
If an incident has occurred at a nursing home that's brought up cause for concern, call the 2s right now.
The attorneys at Lowry and Associates helped me get answers. They held the nursing home accountable for what happened to my mother.
If you suspect nursing home abuse or neglect, we're your go-to lawyers.
It's hard work to recover, whether it's from drugs or losing your child.
Hey, Mom. Say hi.
If you're a loved one, my advice is to reach out for help.
Love you. Talk to you tomorrow.
I trust the people that have been there and got through it. If it was us just doing one thing, nobody would have this problem because nobody wants their child struggling with addiction or dying.
I called him up. I said, man, what's up? What you do to the car?
I see the bullet holes.
I started to go over there and get with him, throw these things on him.
Wait.
Are you kidding me, man?
Gentlemen.
Right here.
Hot Bench.
Monday at 3 on ABC 7.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. Today is Monday, March 10th, 2025, and today is National Napping Day. Today is, of course, the first Monday after the time change. That spring forward can really take it out of you. So even if you're not a napper, you're not alone. If you're tired today, and even if that tiredness is persistent, this is a really kind of funny day for me to forget my coffee at home. I never do that, but of course I did it the first Monday after the spring forward. So either way, I encourage you to get a little shut-eye today if you need it, even if you're not really a napper. Okay, now for some moments in history. On this day in 1862, the United States issued the first paper money in the form of $5 bills, 10s, 20s, 50s, the $100 bill, $500 bills, and even a $1,000 bill note. In 1913, a man named William Knox became the first bowler to make a perfect score of 300 in an American Bowling Congress tournament in Toledo, Ohio. And in 1933, soon after Adolf Hitler became chancellor, the first concentration camp in Germany opened at Dachau, where at least 32,000 people were killed from disease, malnutrition, physical oppression, and execution. In 1945, in what has been known as the deadliest air raid of World War II, Tokyo was firebombed, killing over 100,000 people, most of whom were civilians. And in 2006, NASA's Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter entered Mars's orbit and began searching for signs of water on the planet. All right, and now for some birthdays. Today we have actor John Hamm. He's 54 years old today. Singer-songwriter Carrie Underwood is 42. And rapper Bad Bunny is 31 years old today. Really big stars today. All right, moving on now, let's get a look at that forecast with meteorologist Devin Biggs.
Alrighty, Emma, thank you very much. Happy Monday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by SR1 Companies. Visit SR1 in Herman, Turner, Manchester, and at our newest location, 485 Main Street in Orono. We have the best prices on trailers, campers, tractors, heavy equipment, and more. SR1 Companies, where New England's largest selection meets unbeatable prices. Here we go this morning. Temperatures colder in other spots compared to others. We've been in the 20s overall this morning. Meanwhile, a little bit colder this morning to the north in the single digits. But otherwise, moving forward, there's one small area under a small cloud advisory until noon today. And as for the southwestern corner of the state, no one else under a small cloud advisory at this time. But meanwhile, we do have some snow showers that are passing through in the western parts of the state this morning. We'll see a little bit of that moving into our backyard as well, but it will be out of here later on today. But the clouds, for the most part, will be lingering with peaks of sunshine. Really, this is the only game in town right now. The rest of the Northeast looking rather quiet at this time. So futurecast moving forward, we're pushing the snow shower action out of here later on this morning. For the afternoon, we will calm down. Some sunshine and clouds mixed. We'll clear out for a little while later on tonight. Some more clouds moving in by Tuesday morning. Hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon periods showing the snow ending with clouds lingering for the afternoon. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Emma?
Thank you, Devin. Now we have a little bit of video this morning from that fire on 4th Street. Let's look at that very quickly. It does appear that there has been mutual aid called in as far as Glenburn. This is about from 20 minutes ago. This is from 6:08. That is when we received this footage from our reporter Alex Schley. They're still fighting those flames. They're probably going to be there for a little while longer, is what our reporter on the scene says. And she is in contact with neighbors. There is still concerns that there are people trapped in that home, at least one person. That is the concern. So we are going to speak with a first responder as soon as possible. They're pretty tied up there at the scene, but our Alex Schley is at the scene and will have the latest for us. All right, still to come here this morning, Jack Webb will have our sports updates. We'll be right back.
Roto-Rooter has served the greater Bangor area and beyond for 35 years, offering plumbing, hydrojetting, snaking, descaling, video inspection, and grease interceptor cleaning services. For all your residential and commercial clogs, call Roto-Rooter today, 990-1234.
And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
Hammond Lumber Company has been a trusted partner of professional contractors, do-it-yourselfers, and homeowners for generations. It's the level of trust that Hammond Lumber has earned by providing an extensive selection of products and materials from industry-leading suppliers, with guidance and support through every stage of any project, including delivery of materials throughout Maine and New Hampshire. Hammond Lumber Company is, has been, and will always be your building project partner.
These dishes just aren't getting clean.
Problem isn't your machine. It's likely your detergent. I recommend switching to Cascade Platinum Plus. These new pods have the grease-fighting power of Dawn, easily removing up to 100% of tough stuck-on foods. Cascade Platinum Plus.
Goose River Farm and Meat Store is conveniently located on Route 3 across from Hammond Lumber in Belfast. They have a wide selection of meat and poultry, including beef, pork, lamb, chicken, duck, rabbit, and turkey. Open Tuesday through Saturday.
Hey, good morning, America.
Good morning, America. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Every day of your life.
They were rowdy in Orono tonight. Welcome back in, everyone. Thanks for staying with us. The Maine men's basketball team hosted their first playoff game in 30 years, and it was a good one. The 3-seed Maine hosting the 6-seed UMass Lowell, who they just beat on Tuesday. Lowell started the game on a 9-2 run, but it's Keon Burns. He drives, lays it in through the contact to cut the Riverhawk lead to 5. Later on in the first, it's AJ Lopez. He's flying right into your living room as Maine now leads 22-19. Other end, Quinton Mincy getting in his bag. He slices his way to the cup. Maine takes a 34-29 lead into the break. Middle of the second half now. It's the 3-time America East Defensive Player of the Year, Kellen Tynes. He steals it, takes it all the way to make it a 53-43 game, fires up the crowd. Now it's Tynes again. He finds Lopez in the corner, who buries the corner triple to put Maine up 11, but UMass Lowell is not going away. It's do or die. Anthony Blunt, he throws up the jumper as time's expiring on the shot clock, gets it to go. UMass Lowell brings it within 4. We have to show you this sequence. Maine up 6. Jaden Clayton scoops up the errant pass, and then watch your head. Killian Gribben slams it home. He'd make his way back on the defensive end, and now watch this. He's jogging back thinking it's all good. Here he is, blocking the layup to deny UMass Lowell a comeback as Maine wins 72-64. They pick up their first playoff win since head coach Chris Markwood was a player in front of a sold-out crowd.
They definitely gave us a boost. I know just being on the court, hearing the crowd, the environment, in my 3 years here, that's probably the loudest it's ever been. So, that gave us a big boost for sure.
I know it's a big deal. I know it's been a long time. I was a part of the team that won the last one, so I know how long it's been, but for me right now in this group, we're just focused on what we have to do moving forward.
What an atmosphere and what a game. That is what college sports was all about tonight. We head down to Portland, where the hockey state championships were held on Saturday. A couple of top seeds, John Baptist and Chevrolet Yarmouth Co-op, squaring off for the Class B state title. Boston Bruins national anthem singer Todd Angeli on hand for both games. Chevrolet Yarmouth is striking first. Owen Shavir, a terrific pass to cutting Matthew Reed for a score, 1-0 lead. Crusaders freshman goalie Cam Leighton coming up with 2 huge stops late in the period right here. Unbelievable stops by him. We're going to go late in the period now. Crusaders will tie it up. Will Borges, he gets it to tied 1-1. Second period, Crusaders, Cooper Lewis in front, robbed by Ethan Tucker. Here we go, here we are, and nice save right there with the glove. Third period, Chevrolet Yarmouth will break it open. First, it's Matthew Parody with a beautiful wraparound midway through the third. It's going to be Colby Carnes from way downtown. We're a little ahead here. Sorry about that as they're celebrating. Here you go. Here's Carnes from downtown. He fires it in to give them a 3-1 lead. Exactly seven seconds later, Winchester ices it with a beautiful goal. Chevrolet Yarmouth would tack on one more to win their second straight Class B state championship 5-1 over John Baptist. We head over to Husson now, where the best senior basketball players in the state gather to compete one final time in their high school careers. The McDonald's All-Star festivities kicked off this morning with the Class AA, A, and B girls, followed by the boys, then transitioned to the three-point contest and dunk contest. Ended the day with the Class C and D boys and girls games. The game is also used to raise money for the Ronald McDonald House of Charities, helping families in need, and the event is a key part of their yearly fundraising for both the Bangor and Portland locations.
Over 600 families used the houses last year, and the average stay was 15 nights. And the number one reason that anybody used the Ronald McDonald House last year was because of newborn baby neonatal care. The end result will be donated to Ronald McDonald House Charities of Maine, and that's exactly what it's for.
As for the players, it gives the state's best seniors one final chance to take the court and represent their high school. They say it's an honor to be a part of this long-standing tradition, and it's also fun to tell some old war stories and maybe even hash some things out from years of competition.
I'm very excited. I'm very honored to be here, especially after the accident I had a little while ago. I'm just very glad to be back, very thankful. It's a very great environment.
Meeting all the boys that I've seen on social media and actually see them in real life and how they play. Yeah, it's nice letting the grudges fall underneath the table or just let us play basketball. It's good playing against these guys that we had competition with, and just to let that go and play ball is awesome.
Finally, Maine stars shining not only here in Vacation Land, but also down in North Carolina as Cooper Flagg took on the Tar Heels in his final regular season game. Cooper Flagg scored 15 points to go along with 9 boards and 6 assists and 4 blocks, as you just saw right there, in Duke's 82-69 win over the Tar Heels to secure the ACC regular season title. Referred to by some as the greatest rivalry in all of sports, Duke Carolina has seen many chapters, but Cooper Flagg has made sure to leave his mark and leave no doubt, dominating the Tar Heels in Cameron just a few weeks ago and leaving Tar Heel fans with a parting gift, slamming it home towards the end of this one. Duke will hold the #1 seed in the ACC tournament, maybe the NCAA tournament, as we move on here down the line. That is all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back.
For taking on New England's extreme conditions, Toyota has more hybrid all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive models than any other brand. No wonder Toyota has sold significantly more hybrids than any of our competitors. Like the boldly styled all-wheel drive Prius hybrid with up to a 567-mile total driving range. Take on extreme conditions with Toyota's proven hybrid technology. See your New England Toyota dealer, your hybrid all-wheel drive headquarters. Toyota, let's go places.
Dragon Slayer Arcade now has 2 locations inside the Bangor Mall. Dragon Slayer has birthday party packages starting at just $50, which provides you with a designated area for you and your friends, which includes pizza and drinks. Dragon Slayer is all about birthday parties and would love for you to spend your next birthday with us. Give Dragon Slayer a call today to schedule your next birthday party. 860-462-1843.
Here we are, patient billing.
Whoa, who's that?
Oh, well, that's Mark. He marks up medicines.
340B medicine markups?
Bingo. As a nonprofit, we might pay a penny for a medicine. Mark marks it up to thousands of dollars, and we pocket the difference.
I hear we're buying up small hospitals, too.
More medicines to mark up.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith. For the latest on what's happening in Hollywood, here's ABC's Chuck Sivertson.
Every time you die, we learn something new, and humanity moves forward.
Parasite filmmaker Bong Joon-ho's original science fiction film Mickey 17 opened in first place at the North American box offices. But the movie is going to need many weeks like its opening $19 million in ticket sales domestically to break even. It cost a reported $118 million to make.
You're not Steve Rogers. You're right. I'm not.
Captain America Brave New World came in second, adding $8.5 million in its fourth weekend.
The thrusters have gone offline.
How many?
All of them.
The survival thriller Last Breath was third with $4.2 million. Ben Affleck walked the red carpet for the premiere of his action thriller sequel, The Accountant 2, at the annual South by Southwest Movie and Music Festival in Austin, Texas. Affleck reprises his role as criminal math whiz Christian Wolf and reunites with director Gavin O'Connor nearly a decade after their first Accountant movie was released. Affleck says he put his own directorial expertise to one side to concentrate on his performance. The Accountant 2 is due in theaters in late April.
Hello, South by Southwest. Welcome to another Simple Favor.
Also at South by Southwest, Blake Lively attended the premiere of her new movie, Another Simple Favor, a rare public appearance for the star since she and her It Ends With Us director and co-star Justin Baldoni filed lawsuits against each other. The comedy thriller arrives on Prime Video on May 1st. Puerto Rican rapper, singer, and record producer Bad Bunny turns 31 today. Chuck Sievertson, ABC News.
All right, here's Devin Biggs with one final look at that 5-day forecast.
Alrighty, Emma, thank you very much. Happy Monday. Your full weather forecast brought to you by SR1 Companies. Visit SR1 in Herman, Turner, Manchester, and at our newest location, 485 Main Street in Orono. We have the best prices on trailers, campers, tractors, heavy equipment, and more. SR1 Companies, where New England's largest selection meets unbeatable prices. Here we go. One small spot under a small crowd advisory this morning until noon. And as for the southwestern corner of the state, everyone else not under any advisories at this time. Meanwhile, wave heights not too bad at around 2 feet according to the buoys. Further off to the north and east, not too bad. There's a small spot that's seeing a little bit more wave height action this morning, 7 feet farther out towards sea. Meanwhile, on land, we've had a little bit of snow passing through this morning. Nothing too exciting going on with this as it tracks to the south and east. Really the only game in town. The rest of the northeast looking rather quiet. Meanwhile, in the southern parts of the U.S., a lot of showers and thunderstorms developing this morning. Most of the country looking rather quiet at this moment in time. So we're pushing the snow out of here throughout the daytime period today. We'll have some sun and clouds mixed. We'll clear out for a while later on tonight with more clouds on the way as we head towards Tuesday morning. And then by Tuesday evening, another system passes through, bringing some rain showers. It could mix with a little bit of snow as temperatures begin to cool off. Clouds break up as we head towards early Wednesday morning. Some sunshine on the way for your Wednesday as well. Overall, gusty winds not too bad, roughly at about 15 to 20 miles per hour or so, calming down later on tonight. And then for tomorrow, winds on an increase getting up to 20, even 30 miles per hour at times. Meanwhile, our average high temperature is 38 degrees, low 40s today, lower 50s for your Tuesday, with middle to upper 30s Wednesday and a Thursday, 40s and 50s Friday and a Saturday, and even middle 50s as we head towards your Sunday. So for today, low 40s, some morning snow showers, then mostly cloudy with peaks of sunshine and that north wind at about 15 miles per hour. By tonight, middle 20s, mostly cloudy with the wind overall looking nice and calm. Tomorrow, lower 50s, mostly cloudy and windy, south wind getting up to about 30 miles per hour. Let's check out your extended forecast brought to you by SR1 Companies. Partly cloudy Wednesday with highs in the mid-30s. Snow showers are back Thursday with highs in the upper 30s. Upper 40s Friday under a partly cloudy sky.
The Maine Science Festival has been showcasing the incredible science happening in Maine for 10 years. From the depths of the oceans to the vastness of space, the Maine Science Festival is the best place for people of all ages to learn about how Maine scientists are leading the way. With 5 days of forums, workshops, and hands-on fun, there's truly something for everyone. And thanks to our sponsors, admission is free. The Maine Science Festival. Learn more at mainsciencefestival.org.
If you haven't walked through the showroom at Davis Brothers Furniture in a while, we invite you to come take a look. At Davis Brothers, we've always strived to stand out from the rest. For decades now, the goal has been the same. Give people a reason to travel from all over the state and beyond to Davis Brothers Furniture in Guilford. Everything in our showroom is designed with you in mind, from a rustic lodge and barn look to traditional and even contemporary furniture. It's more than just a unique look, it's a lifestyle. Davis Brothers Furniture, deliberately different.
He lose his shirt.
I've never seen anybody lose their shirt.
I guess deny and delay didn't work today. Now look at him.
Who's the law firm?
The law offices of Joe Bornstein.
If you've been injured in an accident, call Joe. The law offices of Joe Bornstein. Maine lawyers working for Maine people.
Tell the insurance company you mean business.
Always dry scoop before you run.
Listen to me. A hard dog diet got me shredded.
It's time we listen to science. One A Day is formulated with key nutrients to support whole body health. One A Day, science that matters.
Mom?
Jeremy, hi.
Get out of my studio.
This is your boss? Criminals run record labels to launder money. You're putting yourself in danger.
Trent.
Will, I really need your help.
Where are you?
New York Trapped, Tuesday on ABC and stream on Hulu.
On Capitol Hill, one brave boy from Kennebunk spoke to Maine's congressional delegation about funding childhood cancer research. 7-year-old Jackson Calben is like any other boy. He enjoys playing with his toys and having fun. But in 2023, Jackson was diagnosed with Ewing sarcoma, a rare and aggressive bone cancer. Jackson's mom says he's now cancer-free, but wanted to use his experience to help other kids beat cancer.
We are just happy that we have him still here, and we're lucky in that he was able to beat cancer. Not every child with Ewing's is as lucky as we are. Some don't even make it a year post chemo, and we're grateful for every day with him.
More than 350 advocates joined Jackson last month to advocate for the Accelerating Kids Access to Care Act and Give Kids a Chance Act. If passed, those bills would remove barriers to treatment, advance research, and accelerate clinical trials. Right now, cancer research is in limbo, and amid the Trump administration and amid his attempts to cut funding for the National Institutes of Health. A small weekly market in Bangor is providing a space for vendors to share goods from other countries and cultures. Held every Saturday morning from 8:30 to 12:30, the Bangor European Market takes place in a former greenhouse on Buck Street. Tucked inside are goods from Europe and beyond, from Irish soda bread to Mediterranean snacks to Vietnamese sandwiches and much more. Vendors say the year-round space provides a valuable opportunity for small businesses to thrive away from tourist season.
It's a wonderful market, in fact, that it's year-round, and some people who've lived here locally forever are like, I didn't know that was here in the winter. And it is, and it's great.
The European Market will return on Saturday to 117 Buck Street. That's a weekly thing. They've been doing that for years. And come hungry, because you'll want to try a lot of snacks there. I know you can take stuff home and you'll have stuff for lunch there right there as well. Okay, it does look like we are running out of time right now. If you missed anything, you can head to foxbangor.com. And of course, we'll start a renewed hour of Good Morning Maine next on Fox 22. I hope you have a great Monday.
Your favorite restaurants for half off. It's half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7. Go to foxbangor.com, click on half off dining, and start saving now.
The Legacy Sandwich, where you can find quality, homemade sandwiches that are made to order. When it comes to food, we take it seriously. That's why we serve shredded chicken and turkey on our sandwiches. Voted Bangor's best deli sandwich shop. It's not just a sandwich, it's a legacy.
Great restaurants from all over Eastern Maine at half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7.
Tanning season is here, and Gold Star Cleaners is the place to tan, with top-of-the-line beds and booths. The best part? No membership is required, and tanning packages don't expire for 2 whole years. Gold Star Cleaners locations with tanning are open from 7:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. every day, so you can tan on your time. Shop our extensive line of lotions and enjoy free Winkies for the best eyewear protection in the industry. March special, buy any bottle of lotion and get 1 tan free, a huge added value to our already low lotion prices.
Today, there are so many Medicare options, and they can be confusing.
This is why Senior Planning Center has locations and agents all over Maine to help you secure the benefits you deserve. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? See why thousands of Mainers turn to Senior Planning Center for their Medicare needs.
Don't call an out-of-state 800 number when your help is right here at home with the Senior Planning Center. For a free Medicare review, call 207-223-6565 and speak with a licensed agent today. No obligation to enroll.
Whether you can pinpoint the problem or can't quite put your finger on it, the friendly professionals from Coastal Auto Parts can help point you in the right direction. With Maine's largest network of parts, you can trust your vehicle will have what it needs to get you to the moments that matter most. Because Napa knows the keys to a winning team. And with 30 locations in Maine, Coastal Auto Parts helps keep our communities running. Team up together with the fuel that keeps us firing on all cylinders. Coastal Auto Parts is owned and operated by a Maine family that cares.
You're watching ABC7 Bangor.
Good morning, America. New fears.
Foxbound Post and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Today on Good Morning Maine, all hands were called to a structure fire on 4th Street in Bangor this morning. That is breaking news. We'll have the latest. Plus, a man is facing deportation following sex trafficking charges on the Mid-Coast. And student protesters at UMaine continue to speak out despite the president taking to social media, calling for schools to squash protests or lose funding. Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith and thank you for tuning in this morning. Like I said, we do have video of a very severe structure fire this morning on 4th Street in Bangor. We'll take a look at that, but before we go, let's start the morning off with a look at that forecast with meteorologist Devin Biggs.
Alrighty, Emma, thank you very much. Happy Monday, your first weather